Good morning, friends. It's Rachel from RachelTeodoro.com, and I am coming at you from my car today because I did not want to miss a coffee chat, and I had some stuff to do. It's a Friday, and so I was going out looking for garage sales this morning in my normal loop. And if you buy my book, you'll know that the garage sale loop that I use is what I usually go out to find on days when I don't really see any other garage sales. So I have reduced the price on the garage sale handbook. It is $7.99, you guys, and I promise you, you are going to make all of that money back the first time you even negotiated a garage sale. I promise you. So it will give you the confidence to get out there, and that is some of the feedback that I have heard from other people who have purchased and read the book. They have said they are excited to get out there into garage sales and get started. Okay, so I'm not going to make this a commercial for my book. Sorry about that. We are just chatting today. I do have my coffee. It is my blended coffee that I talked about last week with my coffee and ice and milk, and that's it, all blended together. Oh, and a little bit of chocolate syrup because chocolate syrup is fabulous. And I am down kind of in my old neighborhood. If you look behind me, do you see the water? It's gorgeous down there. Beautiful. So that's the Puget Sound, and I'm at Dash Point Lighthouse. So there's a lighthouse down here, and it's kind of like, I don't know, it's the ugliest lighthouse I think I've ever seen. Like Google it, look at it. It's not very pretty, but it's the Dash Point Lighthouse, and it's in the area where we used to live, and it's super duper close to the water. And so sometimes I'll just come down here and hang out on that beach, and it's fun. I love it. So today is Cinco de Mayo, and I am so excited because I'm a big fan of Mexican food, like super fan. And I wanted to show you, I brought this along with me because I didn't want you to miss it. Look, I even ripped it off because I made it today. This is the absolute best marinade if you are making like chicken for your tacos. Like my family loves this. And I get it for 50 cents for this packet. Mojito Lime, Grill Mates, it's 50 cents at Winco, at my Winco. And we just mix it with, I think it says, quarter cup of oil, 2 tablespoons of water, apple cider vinegar, and then 2 pounds of your chicken. That's it. And it makes the absolute best chicken. I'm not even kidding you. It is fabulous. I'm trying to look at the ingredients and figure out if I could probably make it on my own. I could. I don't want to. It's great. Oh, I got somebody trying to come in here, and I'm afraid I'm blocking their way, but they'll figure it out. The other thing I was going to tell you about are these corn skewers. Have you ever seen these before? We love fresh corn on the cob, and that's something we will eat tonight with our Mexican food because, I don't know, corn on the cob. And hey, Emily. And so these corn skewers go into each other, and then they fold in together, and it's fabulous. And so you don't have to worry about these at all poking you in your drawer, and I love them. I will put the link up to these. I think they're super duper cheap, and we have like 2 sets of them because they're so fabulous. But we've had them for years and years and years. So if you guys like corn on the cob, these are lifesavers. Like I grew up in Indiana, and I never used corn skewers because I grew up in Indiana, and people don't use corn skewers. But I'm not kidding you. These are like, it'll change your life, I promise you. I'm also in my car. Can you see back there? I have a chair, like in the back. I am finishing off the room today that I started in my friend's house. They took a 90s model home and have taken off the fireplace. They had river rock on it, and so they have completely redone it. It reinstalled a new fireplace, and so gotten a new couch and all kinds of fun stuff, repainted the whole area, and they had like this huge fiasco with the chair that they ordered from Pottery Barn, and that's what the big delay has been. We have been waiting and waiting for this chair from Pottery Barn, and it was nothing like super duper special. It was this mid-century modern looking chair, and they were going to use black leather, and she tried to purchase it off of the floor at the Bellevue, Washington store at Pottery Barn in the mall, and they wouldn't let her. They said, no, we can't sell this Pottery Barn chair to you at the mall. And so she's been waiting. She ordered the chair, and it wasn't super cheap. I mean, this is Pottery Barn, right? So we're not talking about like big lots, like furniture. This is like, it's Pottery Barn. They have a reputation. And She ordered it, has the invoice, he even has shipping notification that this has been shipped, and it has never come. And so she went into the store yesterday, 2 days ago, to go check on the status of it, and they said, oh, we ran out of black leather, and so we can't fulfill this purchase for you. And so she asked when it would come, and they said, well, sometime. And that was the only answer that they gave, was sometime. And so that was super annoying for her, and she was really upset and called me and wondering what the heck we should be doing, because I'm not kidding you, we have been waiting for, I would say, 8 or 9 weeks for the arrival of this chair, because it is this kind of, it's just this cool chair that is going to just finish off the room, and it's a real bummer that that is the way Pottery Barn has handled this. No apologies, no I'm sorries, no, hey, how about we give you a discount on this other thing. They basically said, well, we'll return your money, but they've already paid, they bought this, they were expecting this chair, and had kind of assumed that this room was going to be finished. Anyway, I'm super disappointed in Pottery Barn, and the way that they handled this situation. And so, wow, my hair looks funky today, you guys. Oil, I don't know what's up. Anyway, it is super frustrating that Pottery Barn has done this, and so I just want you to be aware. If you're going to place an order with Pottery Barn, it's super frustrating that that happened. And the last thing, my friends, I was going to talk about today is podcast. I have been enamored with podcasts since I found them, and I was a little late to the game. And if you read my blog post today about podcasts you should be listening to, I have a list of podcasts that I have on my phone that I try not to miss every week. So Serial is the one that kind of got me started into listening to podcasts. So if you have not listened to Serial, and if you have decided that you have not wanted to get into the podcast thing, get started. Join, download the app. It's super great. And so I spend a lot of time in my car, and so it's so nice to be able to just listen to something on the radio. And I was listening to talk radio before, but there were all these commercials, and so I love podcast. And so I have my huge list there, and after this week, I was listening to the Happy Hour with Jamie Ivey, and she had one of my other podcast favorites, Megan Teets from The Awesome Show, on there, and they discuss podcasts too. And so I added a bunch of new podcasts, and I'm going to tell you what they are. I have not listened to them. They are not Rachel approved yet, but I added them to my list. They are on my app list to listen to, and so you can add them too. How I built this, I'm still waiting for those to download, but I have heard those are fabulous, and I'm waiting for, I'm going to listen to the Spanx one, and I think there's a Patagonia one I've heard is really good. Reply All, again, I haven't listened to it. I don't really even know what the premise of these are, but these are ones I've downloaded and subscribed to that I want to start listening to. Pop Culture Happy Hour, so make your list. The Simple Show. I did listen to The Simple Show the other day. It was good. They talked about capsule wardrobes, and I'm not quite sure how I feel about them yet. And then the last one is The Smartest Person in the Room. Again, Megan Teets has this other co-host that's on there, and so it might be interesting to listen to. So anyway, those are my podcasts that I'm listening to. I would love to hear what podcasts that you love. Leave them in the comments. I want to hear about them. I will also be uploading, and I did this last week, uploading these Facebook Lives every week to my YouTube channel, because, I don't know, I'm like cool like that I now have this YouTube channel. But if you want to catch any of the previous episodes where I talk about random stuff, you can totally catch me on my YouTube channel. Then that is, I think, it. I've got to go finish off this room, stage it, see all this stuff. It's going to be so fun. I'm excited about it. And I am excited to post the final progress in that room. Next week, you can be looking for the final reveal of my closet makeover. I've got the contact paper wallpaper that came up, and it was super awesome. And I love how it's turned out. And I got a new chair, and I got a rug in there, and I finished off a couple DIY projects. So I'm sharing all of that next week. I will do my best to come at you next week. I'm excited. I will be traveling for a blog conference to Mom Summit 2.0 in Orlando. So I am going to Harry Potter next week for the first time. I have not been. So if you have any suggestions, I would love to hear those too. And then I'm just going to be enjoying some time learning and soaking up and just learning about more things that I can do as part of my blog and reaching out in my sphere of influence. So I'm excited about that. you guys have a great week. I will hopefully come at you next Friday from Orlando, Florida. We'll see what happens and what my schedule looks like. But I'm excited to talk to you. Have a great week. Leave any comments and feedback in the Facebook comments right below. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.